Hey, Cancer. It's time for your reading. I tried to do it early this morning. It didn't work out. My I was down on the river this morning, close to where I grew up, and it just wasn't working because the internet isn't very good down there. So let's try this again. It wasn't meant for it to work down there. It's time for it to work here. So, and my camera wasn't working right either. It was going dim and light and all that stuff. So here we are again to try and get your reading in. It's so pretty, pretty day, and it's not hot. Obviously, I'm wearing long sleeves. Tennessee weather is a little bit mental. So what's going on for Cancer today and in your world of relationships? This morning, the pre-shuffle that I was doing for Cancer came up with the Thinking Woman, which is a feminine like Libra energy or air energy, where we were really thinking about something. The strategy card came out, which and the financial constraints came out. So you may be working on a strategy to get your foundational energy intact, according to this morning. Let's see what this afternoon, or yeah, it is afternoon, isn't it, here on the Eastern Standard Time of the United States. So let's see now that it's after lunchtime if there's any other messages in there. Maybe that was just a side note, but it was all thinking energy, so you might be coming up with a new plan for your money situation. But let's see, for Cancer, angels, ancestors, guides. I'm Jamie with Southeastern Soul Tribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want notifications. Thank you for getting me to over 1,000 subscribers. $35 personal readings. The information will be in the information below or in the About section of my channel. All right, for Cancer. Thank you. Ah, 3 cards. 3. This is the number, well, it's the 34 card. It's the door to personal healing and happiness, and it also breaks down to the number 7. So that's better than equal give and take. It's actually an investment. This is an investment in your own personal healing and happiness, maybe. Look at that card. Isn't it pretty? There's peace here. I noticed the peacock in the back. There's something going on with peacocks lately. I have been up to close to where my mother lives, in the mountains, a few times since I've been back to Tennessee. And every time that I've gone up there, it's so weird because when I was in Tennessee before, there was never, you just didn't see peacocks in the wild. Twice now, I have encountered peacocks in the wild. So there may be a message in the peacock or having yourself to stand out in some way, because I'm noticing the peacock in this card for the first time off in the distance. So that might be something that you've struggled with in the past, was standing out amongst the crowd in some way. And that's what peacocks do. They stand out like a sore thumb. Especially if you see them just hanging out in the wild. In the Smoky Mountains, you expect to see a bear. My friends are all seeing bears, but I'm seeing peacocks. And here they are in the Cancerian reading, and here you are, the goddess of the moon. Maybe you're a feminine with the number 7 again. It's the 52 that breaks down to a 7. So there's 2 7s. And here's the 6. Appreciation. You are thankful. Hopefully you are with the moon. This is you. I'm not getting that you're really torn in the middle about anything, because the 7 card goes from equal give and take when it comes to pentacles, which we were talking about earlier, to an actual investment of some kind. Maybe you just need to work a little bit harder in standing out a little more from the crowd. There's a lot of color and peace If you're expecting there not to be peace, there is. And you will appreciate, or people will appreciate, your ability to stand out and be different, maybe. Peacock colors involve the blue hues, as well as the color that's on the Light Seers 10 that I happen to be setting over here with this Light Seers deck. That is what we're going to read from today. Very interesting, Cancer. This very peaceful to me. 776. So if you look up the number 777, it's a number of luck and prosperity, a time of I looked it up yesterday because it was in the Virgo reading. The sevens were. I noticed a pattern of sevens. I keep seeing the number 7 over and over and over again. So it's new investments. It's moving past the equal give and take. It's moving past the nostalgia. It's moving past the community support kind of thing, or the celebrations. And it's actually making an investment for our future, going into the past the here and now, and forward facing. All right, for our Cancerian collective, what messages do we have about love and relationships in their life? Not necessarily all love. This could be about your work relationships. It's whatever relationships are most on your mind when you watch this reading is where this should resonate for you. Also, if you're watching for a Cancer, this may come from your perspective about a Cancerian. It's up to you. It's how you resonate with the reading. Look at your sun, moon, your rising sign, even your other Cancerian placements. Look and see where Cancer is in your house placements. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. What's at the base of this relationship scope for our Cancers? So the Six of Swords in reverse. This is not going to a calmer place. Things are not calming down in this energy when it comes in reverse, but yet appreciation is in the upright, and it is the 6. So maybe this is the key to how we get to a calmer space, because it's definitely on our mind with the swords. It's just not there yet. Or you feel like that ship sailed because you notice they're on a boat. Did that ship sail? Not necessarily. Appreciation may be the key. What do you need to be appreciative for in this energy? What's crossing this for our Cancerians? Oh, there's some people going to walk their 2 little chihuahuas. How cute. The World, an ending, completing a cycle of some kind. That's the number 21 card. It comes to a 3. Maybe there were the number 3 has something to do with it. The 6 and the 3 come together to make the number 9, which is 1 level off from completion of a cycle with the World. So you might have one more thing to do. One more thing. It may have something to do with appreciation, so we can move this 6 to the 7 so that we can get to an investment. Maybe you need to make an investment in being more appreciative of people, places, things. You put that peg where it belongs, Cancer. What's in the recent past? Somehow this makes noises. I hope that you guys can hear me good. But in the recent past, the Emperor comes up with the 4 of Swords. So the Emperor is resting. The Emperor is Aries. It's Taurus. It's Libra. All right. When we look at this, this person has control of his environment. He has everything he needs. He's the caregiver. He's the embodiment of all 4 kings. Earth, fire, air, and water energy sits here. This guy, he is emotionally controlled. He helps take care of others that sit in his empire. This energy is very, very steadfast, okay? And there's rest revolved around that, or sometimes resting on our laurels. The swords are here, being up in your head about something in the recent past. Or we're in a time of rest period because we feel like we've accomplished something here. The Emperor is the number 4, and then the 4 of Swords, that's an 8. So we may have gravitated backwards from an 8, and then we took away 6, and then now the world, the ending of that cycle. So we don't want to go backwards. We want to go forward into the future. And that seems to be the door to personal healing and happiness here. It may begin with appreciation. What is in the hopes and dreams of our Cancerian collective here? What is Cancerian hoping and dreaming for? Aquarius is in the reverse. This is healing. So we may have been really thinking this might be this thought process in the where we weren't finding peace or coming to a place of peace. And this is really on our minds. The offer that could have been here, the investment that could have been made, that wasn't, that led to us being in a space of not healing, not feeling happiness, or you may have just been dealing with an Aquarius that was not in their highest vibration of some kind. So far, we've got Aquarian energy, we've got Aries, Libra, and we have Taurus. What do we fear? What does Cancer fear? The Queen of Cups. This is water energy. This is emotional, emotionality, love. Our cup being filled up on our own or being open to receive love in any kind of way. And this being in the reverse is not that. It's the opposite energy. Even though it was on the table, we were not accepting of healing, love in some kind. And we fear someone that you know may not be open to it or whatever, or we fear that we may not be very receptive of it. We fear allowing ourselves to be that way. So we find ourselves in this energy possibly, or this is somebody else you're dealing with. You'll know by the reading which way it fits into your life. All right. What is with this energy? What would be the projected out or projected near future? I say projected as I'm telling everybody that tarot doesn't predict the future. I can't predict the future, and neither can you. What we can do is read the energy that's on the table right now, and if the energy continues and there's no improvement or advancement, then this could be what could happen. So you can change all that with your free will and using self-reflection to see how you can change your world, because you always have the most power in your world. All right. In the near future, there's peace here, but there's also not looking to the future with the way that this card is looking, but defending territory, defending your stance on something, defending your thoughts, or shut down to expansion of any kind. But also, if you'll notice that we are moving to the 7 here. So this means that we're going to get to a calmer space. We're going to get more zen. And the 7 comes in. When I see the 7 and the 7 in the pre-shuffle here with this oracle deck, and then we come out with an outcome of the 7, it tells me that you may already know what the key is to getting on track with this, and that the progression of moving out of that space into the other 7 that we need with the 777 sequence is on the table, and you know what that key is already. So instead of being defensive, so to speak, or having to defend something, there is no conflict here. This is a calmer space with this 7. So this is completing with the world the completion of moving up a step, taking another thing by standing out, being the emperor that you are. And what brought this energy on, what brings us to the 7, it's maintaining this upright space of being that stand-up individual, being the emperor of your own empire in confidence, like the peacock would be. This guy is going to stand out when he walks into a room. He carries that about him. You know, the self-confidence of the emperor is Aries. That's fire energy. He's passionate. Absolutely. This guy embodies the King of Pentacles. He has his shit together. His house is stable. Everything's good. And he defends his territory, but he's not defensive because he knows what he brings to the table already. Okay. And this guy also embodies air energy, the king of air, the king of swords, which is he stands on truth. He tells the truth and he won't push it on you, but he'll give it to you. He offers it freely, the truth, because he's not afraid of his own truth, because he understands his truth. And this guy also embodies the King of Cups. He's open to sharing love with others, and he knows how to be that. He can be a little stubborn about it, but he doesn't accept scrubs or scraps. He only takes the highest bidder every time. He knows where his value lies. Therefore, he looks for an empress. He doesn't look for anybody beneath that. The empress is somebody who stands up in their own right just as he does. And they come to the table bearing the same gifts, because an emperor doesn't need to take on anything but an empress. Or he will make a queen his empress. He'll make the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands will be his empress. He'll bring her to that level with him. She will become an empress. That's pre-empress energy when all of her queens are in the upright. Okay? The empress becomes an empress when her emperor shows up. Okay? All right. What else is in the near future projection? Okay, here's another 7. This typically means a deception, a lie, or something like that. And it came out with the Ace of Cups. So that's not good if it's in that. But because we're looking at a progression of the number 7, I feel like that this means that you need to go look up 7777. So we're moving from 3 sevens to 4. What does that mean? So you can Google angel number 7777 or the number sequence 7777. But also, if you were to look at those numbers added up together in numerology, they would come out broken down. 7 times 4 is 28. 8 and 2 are 10. That's completion. That's the ending of something old so that we can move into the new. It's a progression. It's taking us out of the 7s all the way to the 10 when you get that. And what comes after the 10? The ace. Look at the numbers like if you're doing cards. Here's the ace. And what is that? It's the Ace of Cups. It's a show of love. It's a new love. It's not new passion, so to speak, but it's a new love. So when you were fearing that there wouldn't be an openness, surprise, surprise, you may have been deceiving yourself because it's here. You may not have been looking at it because you were defensive. But progression is the key. Appreciation is a key. So that's something to look at as well. All right. So, oops, I'm doing this backwards. Turn around. Outside influence for our Cancerians. Okay. The Ace of Wands in reverse. So we may not have someone may not be showing us a new start. Ace of Wands in the upright is, okay, let me show some passion to you. This is new. It's the ace. So it's a new idea, and it's actually communication, the wands. So it's in the physical environment when it's the wands. When it's the cups, there's an emotion attached to it. All right. When the ace of wands is in the reverse, then we didn't get this. We hoped for it. The opportunity was there, but it wasn't taken. And this is an outside influence coming in. So either you or someone that you're dealing with did not take the opportunity to create a communication and show of passion in the real world for something that we might have been hoping, longing for, or an opportunity that may have already been there. So what information can we get on that Ace of Wands in reverse, Spirit? Okay, I just heard I'm not supposed to clarify with this. So we're going to leave this sitting here for a minute till I use this other deck. I try to be an obedient reader. All right, let's look at the possible outcome. Possible outcome in this energy. Capricorn in the reverse. This is letting go of toxic habits, people, places, things, or you may be dealing with in the near future an actual Capricorn individual. That's an earth sign individual that is very manipulative. People with bad habits, or we may be letting go of bad habits that we used to have. That's what I would hope that it is, especially with all the aces that are on here. Any other messages for the outcome for Cancerians before we do a clarification? The Two of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I'm noticing that this Two of Wands, this decision that was made, is looking back at the Capricorn and also at the Seven of Wands. So there was defensiveness here, or we were defending. We may have been defending a Capricorn that wasn't in their highest position, but we also, our toxicity in this endeavor, or something that we need to look out for, is the possibility of not making a decision based on a toxic pattern that we used to have that we're trying to get rid of. Something that you don't see is the Six of Cups. This is nostalgic memories, thinking back toward someone, back toward the past, thinking about children, family, things like that. And then there's a Pisces energy here, the Hanged Man, who's waiting to hear from Spirit. And sometimes if we're not careful, we'll wait too long. Or there's a Pisces child involved here that brings up nostalgic memories. And the Pisces energy is the number 12. There's a lot of memories attached to this person. Something in the future. Also, something that you don't see is no celebration here. And the Magician, this is Gemini energy, creating, Gemini and Virgo, creating a new opportunity, conjuring up a new idea or opportunity that may not be very profitable, with the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Or there's a Gemini Virgo energy that don't have their shit together. And there's an investment there that may be needed. There's that other 7. So now we have 777 in the tarot, and we got 2 7s up here. If we keep that blindfold on and we don't make that decision, it can put us in a very stuck spot, stuck at the 8. The 8 of Swords is in our mind and in our head. And that's something that we need to keep an eye out for as well. So let's see if we can get a little clarification on a couple of things here. Cancer. I don't know why I heard keep this out, the Chariot. There might be a move or travel involved here. This is your energy, Cancer. The Chariot. I don't know how that's significant right now, but it did fall out first, and we're going to keep that card because it is you. Clarify, Spirit, the Seven of Wands. The Knight of Cups. Going into the future, that is writing in, offering. The Knight is an intermediate energy. It's not quite brand new. It's a newer thought, but it's an action that we take. The Knight is moving on the horse into the future with an offer of love, cups, a show of emotion. And it's looking straight at, because it clarified the Seven of Wands. So we're in a peaceful position, defending our territory, but this Knight of Cups is going right toward that, or it's asking you to defend the show of love and emotion here. It may be going toward a Capricorn energy, or that show of love may actually defeat this devilish bad habit that we have by traveling toward that, or making a trip, going on a trip, something like that. Show me this Ace of Wands in reverse for the outside influence here, Spirit. The Tower. So in the near future, or as an outside influence, there may be an epiphany that comes to light about not showing action for a new opportunity, not showing up in the real world for somebody, or somebody not doing that for you. The Hermit in reverse, not making a plan. What about that, Spirit? Anything else? Someone here didn't make a plan. Someone here didn't make a plan to travel, and they lost a lot of patience. Sagittarius energy in the reverse. Show me this Capricorn card in reverse. What's up with that? King of Pentacles. The guy sitting on the hill in the upright that has enough to share, and they don't, but there wasn't a defensive that we weren't defending. A Capricorn did not defend a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy, or we had a bad habit of not making decisions and not defending this Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or not defending the ability to become the person who could be a provider. Leo is here on the bottom of the deck with the Strength card. It takes a lot of strength to do any of those things. Somebody didn't make an offer. We knew it was on the table. That's what would come between after the Ace of Wands is that page. That offer that was not made, you don't see the outside energy, but the Aquarius goes into the upright. This is healing, hopes, dreams in the upright, where before over here, it was in the reverse. Intuition is on fire about this. Now Aquarius and Pisces is here. Cancer, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Aquarius heavy. Something about your intuition knows what needs to happen, and that there should be a connection here. A Two of Cups can be had. There's hope in, here's Gemini, Virgo, Magician. This is manifesting and creating an opportunity with travel, going somewhere. Walking away, maybe no longer communicating or looking at more options. And this walking away is going toward the Gemini energy, the Lovers. This is a divine connection. So Cancerians out there may need to be a focus toward peacocking yourself, standing out above the crowd, having the self-confidence to move forward. Uh, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Taurus, all those energies are coming together here in this. The earth energy is here. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Yeah. Everything is here except for Scorpio. Aries and Leo. Sag is here too. So you got a lot of irons in the fire here. But what it boils down to is making an investment, creating space for an investment, and being open and willing to divine connections and divine assistance, and being brave enough to travel forward into the future. Making investments. Yes. That's what I'm seeing the most. And I don't mean just money, guys. That's not at all what I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotional investments. There are a lot of cups here. You're a Cancerian. Cancerians tend to act like everything's okay when it's not necessarily okay in their shadow place. But truthfully, Cancerians love home. They love the comfort, and they love love. They like to be emotionally fulfilled in all ways. They are very sensitive, like a Virgo. Any advice, spiritual advice and advancement or assignments for our Cancerian group today in Messages from Spirit with the butterfly. I was seeing monarch butterflies yesterday like crazy. So let me grab my glasses out of here, and we're going to read these messages from Spirit that are coming in for our Cancerian collective. So messages from Spirit are not just about the evidential communication. It also provides a valuable time for healing. Healing. Over here, we weren't healing. And over here, the Aquarian energy goes into the upright with the advice. This is healing. All right. So you're blessed to have the opportunity to become a conduit of these beautiful and empowering messages. Our spirit and loved ones work hard to connect with us to facilitate these heart-centered communications. That's why all the cups are here. That's why you embody water energy, which is cups, emotional healing. Aquarius is here because that camaraderie of humanitarian efforts and things like that create healing. And the air energy embodied along with the aqua energy with the water of Aquarius melds together to become a bridge that we can build for healing and love to come together to bring the thoughts into the reality that we have with the Pentacles. The embodiment of the Emperor is the provider of the home and hearth that Cancerians love to be so much. But the bridge to that are hearing from Spirit and following that and killing the stubborn Capricorn energy that could be sitting there. So your loved ones in Spirit truly want those they've left behind to live a life filled with joy and abundance. Okay, so those people that have gone on and they've crossed over the bridge, they can also be conduits for us to utilize. They want us to help them keep a legacy going. We are supposed to have a life filled with joy and abundance and remember and celebrate the existence of people who are already on the other side. The departed loved ones that we love will constantly find ways to share their messages of love, healing, and encouragement, as well as forgiveness. So first you have to forgive yourself in order to be able to forgive others. Forgiveness is way more for you than it is for another person. Because if you're holding unforgiveness for others, then you are actually creating more havoc and inviting more conflict into your life. Begin by establishing an evidential link with the spirit world. Once confirmation has been received from the sitter, that's the person in meditation, this is a great time to deepen and bloom with spirit. While I love you is a perfectly valid message, take a moment to really feel what the spirit wants to say here. Share their feelings of pride, forgiveness, or just gratitude, and let spirit speak through your heart. Share with them the signs, numbers, and symbols or the words of wisdom you're hearing to get the validation. Notice the symbols, the signs, the 777, the peacock that I was referring to. Also, your Queen of Cups is in reverse down here in your fear place, and this is the key to that. Gratitude, appreciation. Remember I said the one water sign we were missing was Scorpio. That is rebirth. The butterfly is the death of an old cycle and the rebirth into something new. The butterfly starts out as a caterpillar. You have to walk before you can fly. You have to do all those things before you can take off into the world. If you want that queen to get into the upright, Cancerian in the upright, then you have to be open enough to travel, to evolve. It's the same concept. And in order to do that, this is truly the moment of our loved ones in spirit. They've been waiting to be so close to those they love here on earth. We're supposed to be a bridge from there to here. Spirit's always trying to talk to us. We always want to be closer to God, right? Now here's your opportunity. Even if you're a Bible believer, you remember the part in there that says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. How can your spirit move while you're still inhabiting this body? Allow it to move. Allow it to travel. You have the power to do that. God gave it to us. You have also the ability to transform your inner being from darkness into light. That is defeating the devil inside you. Now, how can you do that? Appreciation in the show of love, the embodiment of the water in the cup that you hold as a Cancerian sun or your Cancerian placement. What house is that in for you? Cancer is in my I always tell people this stuff. Even though it's not about me, I tell you anyway so you can make comparisons. People that did this with me early in my journey, when they would do it in readings or in passing, that's how I learned my placements and got curious about it. So that's why I bring it up all the time in my readings. If you guys wonder, it's not because I'm vain. But Cancer, for me, is in the 11th house. Now, what does that mean for me? Let's talk about that. Cancer, for me, in the 11th house, means that my Cancerian energy must come alive for me when it comes to my house of friendships, our collective and groups, networking, and the role that we play in other groups. So I have to learn to embody that Cancerian energy, that loving energy, and I have to fight the urge within groups to say I'm okay when I'm not. Because that's the dark side of that Cancerian energy that is more prevalent to me when I'm in the collective groups and when I'm networking. That's speaking my voice, peacocking myself out and saying, hey, that's not okay with me. These are my boundaries. Boundaries are okay as long as they're not what we call defense mechanisms. That number 7 card on its own when it comes to the wands is being defensive. So that might be a message for you too. If you want to go to a calmer space, Cancer, you have to be willing to travel, evolve, opening up, and using your voice. When it's not okay, don't say it's okay. Okay? Yes. Fill your cup up with love so you can pour it on others. And pay attention to the messages that are coming from spirit, because they're all around you. And if you're battling with someone that you lost to the other side, you have the ability to speak with them right now. You just have to get yourself centered and find that space inside. And the one thing you can do on this earth is settle the relationships that you have around you. You do that through love and appreciation as well. You can evolve, but it's an inside job. All right? Cancer, that's your message for the day. Sorry it was so long, but I follow where I'm led. Anyway, much love and light to you. Until next time. Bye.